What's up? We're here in Belgrade, Serbia for the World Championships of Wrestling. In this video, we're going to go to the warm-up room. We're going to try to get some behind the scenes. We're going to try to sneak in the venue.
We're also going to talk about some of the biggest storylines at this year's Worlds. Dake Sidikoff. Are we going to see it this year? Could it happen in the very first round? Could it happen?
It could happen in the first round.
Yeah. Also, Kadi Magomedov's in that bracket. He teched Dake at the Olympics, which is even crazy to think about. A lot to talk about at every single weight class. Going to be an incredible Worlds.
Lastly, we're going to go hang out with Vito Rujao, United States' new Wonder Boy. He might win a world title this year. It's going to... he kind of is the new Wonder Boy.
Yeah, he is like one of the hottest guys in wrestling right now.
That's a direct quote from Mark Bader.
Hottest wrestler in America, folks.
We're going to go hang out with him. We're going to film him doing practice. It's going to be a fun day. Kozak, you excited?
I'm so excited. There's no place I'd rather be than right here. Serbia 2023 Worlds.
Boom. All right, we don't have our credentials yet, but we are going to go walk to the venue and try to sneak in.
Yeah, we'll see how good at sneaking into a venue we are.
Talk about Russia a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't know who Russia was going to send until like 2 days ago. Sidikoff looked like he would be out. Aguyev, who's World Olympic champ, Sedulayev. We didn't know if they were going to be in or not, and turns out all of them are in. So it makes it just like really interesting to see how those guys are going to perform because they haven't performed internationally. They haven't wrestled internationally in 2 years. So they're like the favorites at almost every single weight. It's going to be crazy.
I'm excited because while we have been here in Serbia before, this will be my first time at least watching like Russians compete internationally.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about 74 kilos.
It's the weight. Like I think American fans, we've thought like Dake is gonna beat Sidikoff, he's gonna beat Kadi, but we haven't seen it yet. Sidikoff has been so clutch at the World Championships. You think back to 18-19, he gets those last second scores on Burroughs. It's just like heart-wrenching as an American fan, but like gotta respect him for just being so clutch. So,
but not only that, Kadi,
yeah,
what about him?
Kadi teched Dake at the Olympics, which I think was probably the biggest surprise of all of the Olympics. All the Russians are drawn in randomly. So like potentially America could draw Russia first round in every single weight. Obviously that's not likely, but that just shows you how chaotic some of these brackets are gonna be. And that's part of the fun of like Worlds. It's like just the chaos. In some ways it feels like the NCAA tournament like that, where there's just gonna be like chaotic matches right off the bat.
Quick note from Future Us, we completely forgot to talk about Taylor Yazdani. Like maybe the biggest rivalry in all of wrestling ever. Definitely right now.
Yeah, for our lifetime's biggest rivalry for sure. I feel like they're going to meet in the finals again, and feel like the match is just going to be incredible. Come down to maybe 1 or 2 positions. So yeah, Taylor Yazdani, we're talking about it.
Who's here from the United States that's never competed at a World Championships before?
I think half the team. So Zane Richards, Vito Rujao, Nick Lee, Chance Marsteller, Zahid Valencia, and Mason Paris. That's 6 out of 10. That's the big question mark, is you don't really know how those guys are going to do. I think Vito can win a world title. I think everybody thinks that. Chance Marsteller obviously beat Jordan Burroughs. I think he can win a world medal. He's had a really hard time with the Iranian. They're going to be on the same side. Zahid, I think he can win a world medal. Colin Moore, Nate Jackson, they beat world medalists. Zahid beat them. And then Mason Paris. Like, Mason Paris, last minute or last week or 2 replacement where Gable Steveson wins Final X and then chooses not to go to World Championships. But I think really highly of Mason. I think he could be a guy that could surprise a lot of these international guys he's never wrestled before, just with his like strength and athleticism and the dump he hits and stuff. So I think Mason Paris could win a medal. I think maybe he can win gold. So, but like, you just don't know until you see it. And that's why I want to watch, because you could see Mason go out there and beat somebody like Taha Akul, and Mason beat Amir Zare back at Junior Worlds. So like, yeah, Mason Paris can win a gold. What do you think, Tyler?
I mean, you know what I think. I've never held a camera like this in a video before.
Yeah.
It feels really uncomfortable. I'm probably gonna cut that out. That's my boy right there. Did you know that? Have I ever mentioned that I'm best friends with Stevan Micic, world bronze medalist before?
I think just right now is the first time I've heard you say it.
All right, so we're here, Stark Arena.
This is it.
We've actually been here before.
We have. We spent all last year here, running it back 1 more year. So this is where all the wrestling's gonna go down. Best wrestling in the world in this arena.
It's also pretty cool because for the World Championships, they actually, on both sides of the building, have giant pictures of the wrestlers. Like, they're really going hard for this thing. We've been seeing digital billboards all around town. They got their athletes plastered all over the place.
In Serbia, they did really well last year. So they had 4 Greco world champs, I think, and then Micic taking bronze. And it just kind of feels like an area where people love sports. We were at breakfast this morning, and like our waiter was talking about different world championships and athletes he had, and like he remembered Tyler from last year. He didn't remember me.
He did remember me.
He remembered like the Team USA party, and he remembered Tyler drinking out of the trophy. So yeah, it just seems like an area that like loves sports. So it's cool. I was just scrolling through Twitter this morning, and there's this Serbian basketball video where like taking up the court, and all in the background you just see fans in the stands just have fire, and they're just like swinging around.
Looks like there's tape blocking off every stairwell, but this one doesn't have any tape.
That means, yeah, we can get to
I feel like that means we're allowed to go in.
Come on in.
There's actually construction going on here. Maybe we shouldn't walk on that and try to go inside. So you can't tell right now, but the arena is a big building right here, and where the guys warm up is actually in a small building over here. Go through these doors into here, and then this is where everyone's gonna be warming up. They're gonna add 2 more mats, one right here, one right here. It's kind of empty right now, but come tomorrow, every country is gonna be in town, and this place is gonna be a zoo. The guys like warm up for their matches over here, but guys who aren't getting ready for matches, coaches, they'll all crowd around here and watch these TVs right here. Watch guys either make their dreams come true or get crushed. It gets pretty crazy right here.
The year before the Olympic Games is the first qualifier, and so that makes that World Championship a little bit more significant, and they did change the qualification procedure. So in 19, qualifying for Tokyo, it was top 6, right? So if you wrestled for a medal, you qualified your country. They've augmented that, so the top 4 from here will qualify, and then the 2 5th placers will then wrestle an extra match. So yeah, that's significant, right? Because you're just coming off potentially a bronze medal loss, then you have to like re-gear up to wrestle this other match to qualify the spot for your country, which might be your spot eventually. So yeah, it's hard, you know.
Maybe the last week or 2 where it's like what Russians are going to be in, what aren't going to be in.
I think if you talk to our athletes, they want them in, right? Our guys want to compete against the best in the world, and they don't want any asterisk or any you know, exclusions in the conversation moving forward.
Just saw Team USA finish up their workout. Got Japan on the mats now. Iran's rolling behind us. So yeah, it's just really cool to see all the best guys in the world in one place, all warming up next to each other. We got Ray Higuchi warming up here. He's in the red. He was world champ last year, 61. He's definitely one of the guys that can win 57 this year. He's really good.
What's what? And we about to find out who's who. Mano, Imano. It's me and you.
We just met Takuto Odaguru, World Olympic champion. He came over to us. He's like, hey, FloWrestling. So that's pretty cool. We got a picture with him too. little fan moment. It's pretty cool to see. Like you had Odaguru warming up, and then Amuzad, who's like one of the favorites in 65, just warming up right next to each other. So pretty cool scenes.
I love this system they have going on here. This guy with the double spray bottle, spraying right before the mops. That's efficiency right there, baby. This is my boy Stevan Micic right here. I used to wrestle with him at Michigan, and he actually competes for Serbia. When the World Championships were here last year, he actually won a bronze medal. It was Serbia's first freestyle world medal in the history of the country. We're gonna talk to him for a little bit when he's done working out, because 1, I think that's interesting, and 2, he's one of my best friends. You got the sauna suit on?
It's illegal, baby. Folk-style referees in the U.S. are like, What's up, Tyler? How you been? I'm happy you're in my second home.
What was it like winning a medal in Serbia last year for Serbia?
Yeah, it was the best performance that I've had in my wrestling career. It just was nice because I've always been kind of on the threshold of a world medal. You know, finally able to just like get that monkey off my back. I feel like the stress and pressure's off of me to do that again. Just coming to Belgrade feels really comfortable for me.
Last year you had a big picture on the arena.
Yeah.
But you weren't a world medalist yet.
No.
This year you are. Your picture's there again. But not only that, I don't know if you've been around town. They have like digital billboards that they're putting your picture up.
Oh yeah, it was
all
mine on
over.
the,
Yeah, dude, I've been seeing you all over the entire
That's
town.
sick.
Like we went over to the old downtown.
Yeah.
Your picture is everywhere.
Yeah.
Has it been cool seeing that? You feel celebrated here?
Yeah, it is cool. You know, Olympic sports in Europe are definitely more celebrated, and we're used to in America with professional sports kind of like dominating. So I would say that it's pretty cool. Like last year, I was in the same newspaper. Like it was like Novak Djokovic in the top, and then it was like me underneath, and then like the other page had Nikola Jokic on the other side winning MVP. So
I think I have a picture of you holding up the newspaper from last year. I'm gonna have to put it in the video.
Yeah, you should.
The warm-up area is over here. We're gonna head down this tunnel area. We're gonna go try to sneak a peek at the arena. So we just came from over there. This is the tunnel that the athletes walk through on their way to go compete. That's kind of cool. We just want to go just get a shot outside real quick. It's okay. We can head out. They said no.
Shut us down.
Coach, what do I do?
Flex and bust out.
Coach, it didn't work. Coach, it's really tight. It's actually super tight. Is Brian's okay?
Coach is saying he kind of has to hold you back sometimes.
Well, yeah. If he tells me to go, I'll just go as hard as I can and then work too hard. So, got to keep a leash on me.
Yeah, it seemed like you have a lot of fun when you're working out with each other.
Yeah, you know, especially this time. Right now, we're not working. You know, I mean, it's just just feeling good, getting weight off, and you know, being comfortable. I think one thing that Vito does a really good job of is he knows when to turn it on, knows when to turn it off, and you know, when you're doing something like that, you take your reps seriously, and when it's time to play, you play. You know, being able to cut loose like that when you're, you know, getting ready for the World Championships is so valuable.
You guys friends off the mat?
No, absolutely not.
What do you say?
You guys friends off the mat? I said no, absolutely.
No. We actually just go back to the room and just sit there and look at the wall.
You know someone for 10 years, you make friends with them eventually.
The worst half of a decade?
The worst decade of my life.
We're gonna go try to walk through the arena, see if Vito can take a peek.
Red or blue, and then when we're done, we'll walk out that side of the arena.
This is going to be my playground on Saturday.
Did you specifically ask to see the arena? Was that a personal request from you?
Yeah, it was. I'd like to go see the arena beforehand, just so when I'm doing like some sports psych mental practices, I can picture myself in the arena, picture myself wrestling there.
Do that for all competition?
Not necessarily all of them. Just the ones that, you know, require that extra sense of focus. This is the World Championships. This is, if there was a time to pull out all the stops, it would definitely be now. So I'm doing everything I can, and on and off the mat as well, to make sure that I'm prepared. I'm not taking this the same way I would be any other dual meet during the season. This is it, right? This is the stuff that we've been dreaming about since we were kids, and it's time to make dreams reality.
Cool to see him and Yanni, like how they train. They're best friends, or really close. So like, you know, just how they're rolling and warming up. Like his coach, Frank Pirelli, was like, dude, he's putting the work already. He's just getting warm, getting the weight off. It's like, that's gotta be a really exciting feeling. Like, all right, all the training he's probably put himself through, it's done. And now it's just like, it's getting ready to compete. And so for 2 days before Worlds, there's a lot of excitement. Vito's right away. He's like just narrowing down into like, all right, this is maybe the last day before he really starts to get serious. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited to watch Vito wrestle.
For those of you who don't know, Kozak's like our international guy. So you watch a lot of international wrestling. Is this maybe the most exciting Worlds you can remember?
This is the most exciting Worlds that I've ever been to. I've been to the last 3. I think the reason why Russia hasn't sent a full team since 2019, and that year Team USA got 4th. I think too, like there's so many like established stars wrestling in this World Championship. So you could go through like at least every Olympic weight, and you got guys who are already Olympic champions, you get multiple world champions in every weight. That's what makes it so exciting, especially because it primes the table for the Olympics next year. It's certainly one of the most exciting that I can remember.
I feel like a lot of international people are kind of like dismissive of Dake when we talk about him, when Kadi and Sidakov. What's your opinion?
Man, at first I was like, Dake's gonna win, no doubt in my mind. The Olympic thing, it was a fluke, but now like I've been doing all the previews and doing a whole bunch of research, and like, man, Kadi was so good even before he beat Dake, and obviously Sidakov is the man. But this is why I think Dake's gonna win. I think he's getting better. Kadi hasn't been wrestling, hasn't been out in the streets as much. Sidakov, we just saw him lose a match like a month or 2 ago. So maybe a little vulnerable there. So I think Dake's gonna win. It feels like just picking a name out of a hat, you know?
Okay, and that's the end of the day. It's dark outside now, as you can see.
Yeah, I thought it was a good day today. We got to do a lot of different things.
Sorry.
Smoke.
So this video is coming out on a Friday. We are 6 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone. In all likelihood, at the time you're watching this video, the brackets have come out already, and we've probably already made a video reacting to them.
All the random draws, because all the Russians are getting drawn in. So that'll be out early Friday morning.
Not only that, but we're getting some interviews tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Taylor Yazdani, they're gonna be like the feature of the press conference, so we'll be there for that. And then we reached out to Kadi Magomedov, the last guy to beat Kyle Dake at the Olympics. We sent him a DM, said, hey man, you wanna meet for an interview? He said, yeah, for sure. So we're excited about that, see what he has to say. We're gonna get some stuff with him working out as well, so we'll see what happens.
So be on the lookout for the next video where all that cool stuff is happening. All right, bye.